Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Bailey and welcome to my famous birthdays Q&A. First question, when did you first join social media? I first joined social media in April 2013 at the age of 9, which is crazy to me. I started off with Call of Duty videos on YouTube and then slowly transitioned over to Instagram and then to TikTok, where I am now. When did you first go viral? I first went viral, I want to say in 2019. So yes, it did take me many years to even go viral, but if you keep working for something, it always happens in the end. Trust me, as long as you put the work in, it works. I know it sounds stupid, but it's true. I made a video based on UK roadmen and it got like 800k views in a week. And then I thought that was crazy. And then a week later, I posted a video using the Diary of a Wimpy Kid sound. And it got 1.6 million views in like a day, which blows my mind. Because even now, that's still mental, 1.6 million in a day. And yeah, it just baffles me, because after that I was getting 6-figure view videos constantly. Like every video was 6 figures for weeks on end. Who were the first creators you followed on social media? The first creators I followed were the FaZe Clan and then the Sidemen before they were known as the Sidemen, because I watched them all individually, like KSI, Mini Mentor and all that. So yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from FaZe because I originally started with Call of Duty videos on YouTube. And obviously they all played Call of Duty, so I watched them a lot. And then the Sidemen obviously all played FIFA, and they're all from the UK, so they're just the correct group of people to look up to, really. Being a male from the UK, growing up, and I still look up to them now. And as of recent, I've met Bazinga and Rotashaw at events, and it just baffles me. What's your favourite part of the process? Brainstorming, filming, or posting? So posting is obviously just a sigh of relief. You've got all the work out of the way and boom, it's out there. But then there comes a lot of anxiety with posting. You're like, what are people going to think? Is it going to get the right views? Is the engagement going to be good? Or if it's a brand deal, like, is the brand going to like it? Or brainstorming is probably the hardest part, because you've got to sit there and think of video ideas that work with everything. There has to be strategy and everything. Like, are they going to comment on this video? Are they going to like it? There needs to be something at this point in the video. It needs to be enticing in the first few seconds. It's got to fit this many things. Brainstorming is the hardest process. Like, you get the initial video and then so much goes into it. And then filming is probably the best part, I reckon, because filming is like, you get to enjoy yourself, be yourself on camera, get it filmed. And that's the great part. What did you find most challenging about social media in today's world? So, originally, what I found the most challenging is obviously having to deal with the amount of hate you get, because it's insane. Like, I'd say for every 10,000 followers you have, you receive between 1 to 10 hate comments a day, or messages. So I think once you get to like 1 million, it's hundreds to thousands of messages a day. And once you get like over the fact that it's just sad people behind the screen, that's when you're fine. But if you're new to it all and it all hits you at once, so you just blow up, honestly, you're in my prayers, because I know how hard it is to deal with. But you just got to remember that you need to do stuff for yourself. As long as you're happy, what else can happen? Who are your role models? Again, it would be the Sidemen, especially KSI, knowing that he can go mainstream and still remember his roots and work on that. Like, the amount of different pathways he's opened in his life is ridiculous. He's definitely my role model. Yeah. What advice would you give to your past self? Now, one bit of advice I would give to myself when I was a bit younger was don't be as hesitant, because I'd see trends and then I'd hesitate to hop on them and then they'd die down and then I'd do them and then it just won't work. If I see something that's going to be a trend, do it. Within a day, boom, I'm at the start of the trend. It keeps trending. The more it trends, the more views you're going to get. And I just need to not hesitate and think like, oh, what are people going to think about this? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people think. It matters what you think. What do you find most challenging about your work, and what do you find most rewarding? I'd say the mental health of my work, the mental health side of things, is obviously the most challenging after getting all the hate, how many people have their eyes on you, how your life isn't private at all, is definitely very challenging. But I think I managed to do that great. Like, I don't care at all about hate anymore. I do stuff for me. My private life is private. Obviously, the odd thing gets leaked, but besides that, it's private. You don't need to know about it. And the most rewarding is when you put out a piece of content that you work so hard on, and then you see how well it does. Or even just like, you put out a normal piece of content and the amount of messages you get, like, oh, I love this video, or I love watching your videos. And then like, I can go out in public and almost every day I get stopped by people like, oh, I love your videos. And then they ask for a photo and everything. It's so rewarding to see that, like, I'm bringing happiness to other people by being happy myself. Who is one celebrity you'd like to collaborate with? So one celebrity I'd like to collaborate with is obviously KSI, obviously classed as a celebrity. Any huge mainstream celebrities? I'd say any footballers really, like obviously Ronaldo would be insane. You've got Marcus Rashford, I'd say one. Just anyone, any celebrity. If any celebrity sees this, hit me up. I'm open to collaborate with anyone. If you could have a conversation with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would you want to meet? So I definitely again want to meet KSI, because how many different pathways, how many different things he's experienced. He's at that point of his career where he's experienced everything that I'm going to experience over like the next 10 years or whatever. So I'd love to just sit down and have a conversation with him, how he perceives everything, how he works on everything. It'd just be crazy to see. I'd also want to sit down with like someone who owns like a multi-billion-dollar company and see how like their everyday life is, like just stuff like that, how they run their business. A third person, I don't even know. Maybe like Will Smith. I don't know, just feel like you'd have a great conversation with him. If you could take control of anyone's Instagram for a day, who would it be and why? That's a hard one. Do you know what, actually? I would want to take control of, say, like the Nike Instagram for a day, like the Nike Instagram account. Because I want to see like their insights, I want to see how they run things, I want to see what type of numbers they pull, their engagement, like just a lot of technical things. So I like looking at numbers, and I'd love to see like who they're targeting and what they're doing, like numbers wise. How do you like to spend your spare time? So I tend to like, I don't really have spare time. So like I go out most days of the week, like either if I walk the dog or I go partying or I go to an event or I'm sitting meetings all day. I'll call brands to sort out deals. I manage other influencers as well, so I'll sort out all their emails. I sit there texting all the brands all day, sorting all brands, like just loads of work. And then like, if I sit there and I'm like, right, I've got nothing to do, I don't just sit there and put on Netflix now. I used to do that. Now I feel like that just gives me in a slump. So I'd sit down, I'm like, right, I've got nothing to do. What can I do? I'd sit back at my desk, I'd load up my emails, I'd load up spreadsheets, I'd plan videos, I'd start emailing companies. Like, I don't like having nothing to do, so I tend to not really have spare time. So technically I just work. If you could find out one thing about your future, what would it be? Now this is a bit of a unique answer from me, I guess. I wouldn't want to find out anything from my future. I like living in the moment. I like not knowing what's going to happen, because then you get to experience the most of it. Like if someone came up to me and said, oh yeah, in a year's time you're going to have 10 million followers, I'm going to think for the next year, what am I posting that's going to get me 10 million followers? I can't post this because when I have 10 million people will see me like this. Like, I'd hate it. When was a time in your life you felt like you were at a crossroads, and how did you decide what to do? So this time last year, so around like June, July time last year, I just started to blow up on TikTok. Well, I'd hit like 100k beforehand, and at this time last year I was gaining like 50k a day. Like I went from 100k to a million in 6 weeks, and I was deciding whether to go to a football college, a college course for film and TV production, or sixth form. And then I ended up going with none of them, and I decided to just stick with social media because I've loved social media for years, and it gives you so many different pathways in life, and I believe I'm earning more money than what I would have made from any of the other routes that I could have taken. So I was definitely stuck at a crossroads. I was like, I don't know what to do. I enjoy all of these different things, like I love them all. I can't decide, and I just went with what I felt would be the best route for me, social media. It definitely is a crossroads because I know how a lot of parents or older people perceive it as like it's not a career. However, I'm telling you now, anything that earns you money consistently is a job. If I'm having to sit there sitting meetings, talking to people every day, filming, creating content, editing, that is a job, that is work. So if anyone that says it isn't, just ignore them. You do you, you make your money, you be happy. Do you have any upcoming projects? I do. I have so many upcoming projects. Like, it's unreal how many projects I have coming up. However, I've signed NDAs for all of them and I can't talk about any of them. So if you just stay following, keep notifications on, you'll see them when they come around, because they'll definitely be huge when they're announced. Other than that, thanks for watching my Q&A. Remember to drop a like on this video. I love you all. Goodbye. And also, before I forget, if you want to check out my social medias, my Instagram is BaileyN, my TikTok is BaileyN, and then my YouTube is just Bailey Nelson.